What's going on, guys? Nathan, welcome to another late Hyperspace hype that was very messy to put together, but we all made it. We all made it out of Hyperspace alive and well. We're going to be discussing a lot of cool things, but as always, joining us with the crew, we got Evan.
Hey guys, how's it going? It's been a crazy week, to say the least. All that coronavirus stuff happening. But in the realm of Star Wars, I'm very excited. We have a full show today. I'm very excited to talk about the Clone Wars, the rise of Kylo Ren, which is very exciting, and then everything else. Yeah, can't wait to talk about it, guys.
Also joining us, just narrowly making it, Carson.
What's going on, guys? I am here barely social distancing myself, doing some traveling, but I'm back home. Happy to be home. And, we are late from a certain point of view, but what is even time this week? It feels like every 4 hours goes through a 48-hour news cycle of, just everything happening in the world. And it's crazy, but we're going to escape and talk some Star Wars. Let's do it.
And also joining us again, we got Brandon.
Hey everyone, it's good to be back. Like everyone else said, a lot to talk about. This damn coronavirus going around. A lot of film cancellations, postpones, a lot of filming, production cancellations. So we'll get into all of that. Yeah.
All right, these cancellations have been hurting too.
You and me both, yeah.
I was happy I got my A-list refunded for the month.
Same.
So that's cool. But today, we have Season 7, Episode 4 of the Clone Wars, Unfinished Business. I was very pleased, Revenge of the Sith-wise, for a rather dark turn from Anakin a little bit.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah, good point. Yep.
And I think I kind of called it a little bit last episode. I said it's going to more so flesh out Anakin in the last thing, or Anakin's going to have to make choices in this episode. And he definitely does when he just like, all right, Windu's down there disarming the bomb, and then he's up in the cockpit, and he's like, "This bold of you to assume I give a fuck," And he,
yeah, it was
and
great.
He gets that last digit.
Yeah,
that was great. I love the whole tension. I guess like you kind of called it last week, but I also kind of got it wrong. This whole arc, I thought like somebody was going to die. I thought Echo was going to die. I thought done. Yeah, especially when he was like, I have one last thing to do or something like that. Like I have to defuse the bomb. I thought he was just going to die, but that never happened.
Apparently, in the unfinished animation, that is where he dies.
Oh, interesting. So
That's
I wonder.
crazy.
They did more hopeful.
But
ending
now it's going to hurt even more because I think now, well, we'll get into the whole, now he's part of the Bad Batch, which I think is a super cool decision, but it's going to hurt even more come Order 66 because I think there's going to be some discrepancies, or I know that we kind of thought that maybe there'll be some differences between the Bad Batch chip-wise, and we don't really know the state of Echo, really, do we? I mean, and so I think there could be some moments between Rex and Echo during the Order 66.
You think so? That's an interesting theory. I feel like this is the last time we see Echo for the series. I think.
Yeah,
so.
I mean, I don't know.
We might get some Order 66 with him.
You think so? I mean, this guy has no arm. What are we going to see him do?
But he's got a cool R2 arm.
I feel like this show has been so much about the clones that there's got to be, I think there's one last emotional moment coming. That's just my intuition, but I feel like just because of how the state of like how this show has progressed and a lot of episodes have focused on the clones, I feel like this arc was a good payoff in a lot of ways, but I still feel like there's one more maybe emotional scene that we're gonna get.
What if it's not Rex putting Cody out of his having to be him having to put Echo out of his misery?
Jeez, that would be dark.
No, I don't want it.
I mean, you guys are saying that, so do you guys think this isn't the last time we see Clone Force 99 for the season? Do you think they'll be coming back?
There's no way that they introduce him just to bring Echo back and then just have Echo. You know what I mean?
I guess.
I mean, you have an entire. I mean, if there was just like one episode, but it's an entire arc.
That's true, but this is the end of that arc, and we've seen
Yeah.
throughout the Clone Wars, if you introduce a character, we never see them again.
I
thought
see a
thought
quick
they said
scene
before.
like of like the Bad Batch all standing around, and maybe like we don't really know about their chips, and then maybe all the Bad Batch is like going back to back, and they're kind of like seeing the realization of all the regs like turning, you know.
Ooh.
Something like that would be
That's
really
a
insane.
good one.
Yeah, that's a good point. Because their chips have to be very different from the other chips.
Right.
Because they're different in general. Their personalities are different. So
Mhm.
does that mean their chips are also different?
Right.
So
It's
very
it's
fascinating.
I
But yeah.
liked seeing
Yeah.
some more Mace Windu action. I thought that was pretty cool.
I like that too. Like, I'm not a huge Mace Windu fan. I can't stand the
Right.
guy. But
Right, yeah, that's fair.
That
He
bit
had
was
a-
funny.
that bit
That
was
was a
funny.
great part.
We saw a
Yeah.
great lighthearted Mace. This is really cool. I mean, lighthearted in a threatening kind of way, but also very cool.
It's like,
Yeah.
it's like, at this point in the Clone War, I have defeated and destroyed over 100,000 of your Type 1 battle droids. So now I give you the choice to lay down your weapon, to reprogram and be good
Blast
to the
them.
world.
And I love
Blast him.
Obi-Wan's look too. Obi-Wan's looking at him like, oh, are
He's
we
like-
really doing this?
Hey, no,
That's so Obi-Wan.
Obi-Wan's like, this is why you leave the negotiating to me. The negotiations were short.
Yeah, Obi-Wan is the negotiator. Yeah.
I worried about one thing: the negotiations were short.
I think it's so fascinating watching this episode, just knowing that we're at most, I think, only like a few weeks away from the events of Revenge of the Sith at this point.
hmm
That
Like
just like
timeline wise.
yeah,
Yeah.
and just
Yeah.
like seeing Anakin like, you know, he's cooperating with Mace Windu, but I just know there's tension that builds, and just like, you know, especially the hints of the dark side that come from Anakin. Like, he was on his own, no one's there to stop him. He's just embracing what he's feeling.
Mm-hmm.
That was a great moment. I think it was my favorite point because at first I thought Anakin like should just like, before it even happened, I was like, just to make an example of like his threateningness, like I would love if he just cut off his arms, like some of his arms, and he did. And I was
And
like,
he
oh my
did.
god,
Yeah.
I freaked out. Like, I've just posted my reaction to it tonight, and you see me, I'm just like, whoa, like that was cool. And I thought that was going to be the end of it there, but then he straight up kills the dude, and I freaked out even more because it's dark side Anakin, and I'm just like, seeing that further development is just great, and just more of the stepstone of what I've been wanting, of the connection to Revenge of the Sith.
Yeah, I love this.
Yeah.
I love the Anakin and the writing in this episode. And I love even like the little things, like the lines over the comms between him and Windu of like, no need to leave it to guessing, kind of just like that stuff where it's like you kind of just, you feel that souring and doubt of, you know, what he's a part of. And it's also good. And it reminds me why this is such a crucial time period to develop Anakin. And I'm, you know, it's just cool to see it continued off of like, you know, what George and Filoni have been building with this series.
Mhm.
Definitely. You know, like it was a truly dark moment, but I do love how they made it so that Anakin was provoked to kill him. You know what I mean? Because like I thought he was just going to cut off his arms and then just stab him anyways after he got off the phone call. But Trent had to decide to activate that electricity thing, shock Anakin, and then Anakin had to kill him out of self-defense in that kind of way. Like it wasn't really like F you. I feel like any other Jedi might have done the same thing. But again, we've seen that throughout the Clone Wars. Like there's one episode where somebody had a bomb trigger and Obi-Wan was afraid to kill him.
Yeah, and
And then Anakin comes up behind him and stabs him.
You're like, what? He was gonna blow up the ship.
He was going
Do
to
you
blow up the
guys-
ship. Yeah.
Do you guys think this question kind of poses like recontextualized canon? But do you think Anakin was hesitant to decapitate Dooku because he was a former Jedi or a Force user? But these guys he's taken out are just like random assholes who are just part of the war.
I think he saw Dooku as a high military official on the other side, and the only way he thought in his mind to put an end to this war is to take him hostage. But Palpatine was like, fucking kill him.
Yeah, but do you think
Yeah.
Anakin's like really that like level-headed in that moment with some dude who took off?
No,
his
I think he's
helmet?
torn. I think he's torn because Palpatine's literally right there.
No, I think he's more so torn because he already beat him. It's over. Like Dooku's hands are already cut off. There's no use in killing Dooku at that moment, besides for revenge purposes. Like in that moment, any other Jedi would have like let Dooku go because he's useless. He's completely gone at that point. So there was no reason to kill him aside for Palpatine goading him. So that's why Anakin was. Yeah, I don't think he was really thinking about like the whole politics of it all at that moment.
Anyway, yeah, after he kills him, right after he has regrets, and then
Exactly.
Palpatine like reassures him to like dark side thoughts, like, "Oh, he cut off your arm. You wanted revenge." And then he brings back the.
Is that a quote in the movie?
Yeah. He's like,
"Oh wow,
like,
I haven't seen that movie in a long time."
Yeah, he's like, "You cut off your arm. You wanted revenge. It's not the first time. Remember what you told me about your mother and the silent people."
And then you hear the Tusken Raider roars.
I really need to rewatch this movie.
I must leave before more security droids arrive.
I could definitely quote all the Revenges.
Holy crap!
Dude, same.
Right.
I got you guys on The Last Jedi, but
We watched.
But yeah,
I thought there
overall,
was a lot of great action going on throughout.
The glass falling in this.
Yeah.
oh, incredible
So cool.
animation!
Beautiful. I loved seeing Wrecker just like mow through all those droids.
Oh my god, he's like, yeah. But
And when he gets to blow up the ship,
yes, he's like,
All
oh,
the
hey.
ships, too. All the ships were destroyed.
he's like, "This is the greatest moment of my life."
But,
So
yeah,
happy.
see, like Wrecker destroying the droids was cool, but Crosshair,
Oh yeah, that
was awesome when he shoots the one and and then it pings off all the other.
That was
things.
incredible. Why can't all clones have that? Like that becomes very useful. It looks like.
You know what I was thinking. So I was paying attention to the timeline, but like I hadn't thought about like the other troops in Windu and everybody getting off. And I was like, for a second, I thought when he said blow it up, I thought there was still some troops on board potentially. I didn't think anyone was going to die, but I was thinking like maybe they're like getting off and it's like a little too close for comfort. And like someone comes over the comms like, yo, Anakin, like, what are you doing? Like, but that didn't happen.
He's like, what?
But-
One look badass.
Somebody on the ship was like, "I'm still here. Don't blow it up."
wait.
Wait.
Oh my gosh.
That would have been too funny.
Or series.
Um,
There's a single
I
clone
know,
left. He's like polishing his blaster.
What a series. Surprise, Padme's on board. What?
Oh my god.
Wrecker's
Oh.
like, what?
Speaking
She is
of Padme, real quick, I was watching that Clone Wars download episode, and they were talking about that Padme moment. And Dave Filoni was like, "I wanted because in the original season 7 or whatever, Padme was nowhere to be seen besides that little
By the
image
little
of her
nose
on the
art.
ship." Yeah, so he added her from like last week's episode or 2 weeks ago episode where she was pregnant. So does that mean we're not gonna see Padme at all for the rest of the season? That could be our only Padme scene. It's pretty crazy. Man.
Catherine Tabor was a big part of the season 7 panel.
Was
So yeah, she was there. So
She was?
I'm going to assume that she's going to be.
I think this might be her last, or that might have been her last scene in the Clone Wars. I mean, it kind of makes sense.
No,
the
I
story.
mean, it makes sense, but
That'd be tragic. But
there's gotta be.
maybe we could see her, but not see her voice. Like maybe we see a shot of her, but not her. Like her, she's not the same.
I think if whatever this Order 66 overlap or whatever it's gonna be, there's gotta be something with Padme. I don't know. You know,
I hope so. When I was listening to the episode, I was like, oh wait, did Filoni just confirm that was the last Padme scene? But I don't know.
I hope not. I want, a little bit more.
Me too.
Especially since I had like proposed that theory of like maybe the final episode can dive into a couple of Vader moments, because then I feel like you could have some cool Padme related thoughts from Anakin. in
Oh,
this-
for sure. Yeah, a lot of Padme references there. There has to be.
That'd be cool.
Also, do you guys think, because earlier in the episode, the as usual, Clone Force 99 doesn't believe in Echo. Like they think Echo is going to betray them. Did that cross your mind throughout any moment in the episode? Did you guys think that he was going to betray them at any moment? Because I
I
did.
was
didn't.
50-50 at a point, because
Okay.
they kept leaning into the possibility subtly, and I was like, I mean, he could like not intentionally, but maybe like he has something implanted in his brain that triggers
right? And
like Order 66, but not.
Yeah.
I kept doubting it too, but I wasn't like doubting it. Like I was probably like 75. Okay, he's obviously not. And 25, like, oh, okay. But when he said when it cuts from Trench saying, "Oh, we will show them total annihilation" or something, and then Echo's like, "I found a bomb on board." I'm like, hold on, wait a minute.
It's very useful.
And so like it just I think it's like it's like 5 times it cuts back to Echo, like relaying the information that he learns over the interface to them. And I'm like, I can understand why because it's like they just rescued this dude, and like Tech says, like just he's detached. He was just part of like this huge algorithm. Like you don't know what the repercussions of that were, or we didn't until kind of we see this the arc of this episode that he kind of has that freedom of choice in the end.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that was a great moment.
I thought this episode I was unsure. Go ahead.
You know what I'm kind of bummed about is Echo never showed us Echo learning about fives being gone.
Oh yeah, we didn't get that. Would have been a great character moment. Echo being like, "Who have we lost so far?"
Yeah. But that's just one of my only problem with this episode. All right, go ahead, Nathan.
I was at a point like when they got back to the landing pad, I thought before Echo says goodbye to Rex with a salute, which was beautiful and a way better ending. I thought the episode was actually going to end with Anakin walking into the room that Rex was in and then seeing Ahsoka on the hologram like the trailer had. The teaser.
Anakin walking into the room.
Well, in the trailer, he's with Obi-Wan.
Yeah, Obi-Wan's there at the pad too. Like so,
and Rex is already in the room.
Yeah, I know. They're all at the same like location though, the headquarters.
Oh, you're saying you thought that was going to happen at the end of the episode?
Yeah.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah, it's a lead into the Ahsoka arc.
Okay.
Yeah.
But still, we have to do the whole Ahsoka lost in 1313 arc. So I think after that we'll get that, which great.
Now I'm even more convinced that the Ahsoka and Maul episodes or their introductions are gonna coincide within the same episode.
Ooh, you really? You think so?
I think I don't know like how big of like if we have either 2 more arcs or 1 large arc left, but
it seems like 2.
Yeah, but I feel like if they do 2, I feel like the finale is going to be 4 episodes, so like they would have a short 2-episode one. I don't know what that would be, but I feel like with how big the conflict is, that it's going to lead up to Ahsoka and Maul facing off one another. I feel like something's going to get set up that is not only going to bring Ahsoka back into the fold, but also is going to tip off Maul to like want to mind probe some clones. And I'm going to touch into some things later. I won't know how things are going to go because I haven't finished the comic, but I'm intrigued to see where things are going to go with Maul and everything.
Son of Dathomir. But are we thinking the Ahsoka alone in 1313 arc, the stuff that's most likely going to happen next, is that going to be 4 episodes? Is that 4 episodes?
Okay, yeah, okay. So the 1313 stuff could actually be a 2-episode arc to reintroduce.
I'm thinking it's going to be 2 episodes. And then that leaves 2 episodes for Ahsoka, 4 episodes for Siege of Mandalore, and then 2 other episodes somewhere in there.
Well, I would say 2 episodes of 1313, then 2 3-episode arcs. I mean, 2 episode arcs.
Do you guys think the final episode will be longer than 23 minutes? Do you think that do you think they could push to like an hour-long episode for the finale?
Nah.
I think that you'd push to 40 max.
I mean, in terms of like combining 2 episodes at once, that's what they usually do for like season premieres or season finales. They just do like, hey, this episode's 46 minutes long because it's 2 episodes.
I think what I'm probably to anticipate is like the 1313 will be the next 2 episodes. Then I think the last 4 episodes is going to be an overall arc. I think primarily it'll be 3 episodes of dealing with the tie-ins of the Siege of Mandalore that also bleeds into Order 66. And I think the final episode will be starting off with like this kind of conclusion of those arcs, but also like fueling into like the overall finale for the series and wherever we're gonna leave off.
Yeah. I mean, we were talking about this previous episodes, but like, how do you kind of epilogue Clone Wars? The end of this series. I don't know like how seamless it's gonna be, or if it's gonna jump, or it's gonna like I just don't know.
I get you can do it by focusing on Ahsoka. Those are the only things that we don't know. In terms of epilogue, we see that in Revenge of the Sith with Vader and the Death Star, and so we all know where they're at. We don't need to see that again. Yeah,
that's what I'm thinking they're gonna do. Is like same way you're like pinpointing different locations. Like here's Leia to Alderaan, here's Luke to Tatooine, Obi-Wan, Vader on Star Destroyer. I think Padme funeral. I think you'll do the same with like Ahsoka here, Rex here, stuff like that. Maul here.
Oh yeah, Maul is of course still alive.
Yeah, and it's like I forget the exact timeline of Ahsoka novel stuff, but I think there should be some wiggle room with like her. I would love to see like post Order 66 kind of Ahsoka hiding out, kind of having to make her way and then cut to other characters. I think what Nathan's idea was, it would be a pretty logical idea, but heck, if it wasn't all, I don't. If like hypothetical, if it was all Ahsoka, like for like a 5 to 10 minute epilogue, would that be a good focus to end the series on, or do you guys want more of like a montage style?
You could do both, I think, but I think we need to see the separation between Ahsoka and Rex, because like, as I'm rewatching Rebels, Rex talks about like the last time I saw Ahsoka was in the Siege of Mandalore. So I'm like, okay, so I guess right after that they just split up, kind of like Obi-Wan and Yoda just dipped and just split up.
Yoda.
Evan,
but it was like peace out.
Evan, you're rewatching Rebels, and
yes, I am.
I don't remember. What is Ahsoka's knowledge of Anakin in Rebels before they re-meet in Twilight of the Apprentice? Like, is she aware that at all that Anakin turned?
No, not at all. She's surprised. Okay. Like once Vader in the season 2 episode 2, once Vader like defeats Ezra and Kanan, she looks down, sees Vader, and they have a moment, and Vader says, "The apprentice lives," and then Ahsoka's like, "Holy crap, this might be Anakin." But then later on the season, she has to confirm that, and then by Twilight of Apprentice, she knows that is Anakin. But I don't think she knew that at all. Her master turn. I think she just thought Anakin probably died.
Okay, I'm trying to like piece together what I think is going to happen in terms of Anakin and Ahsoka's relationship. So now what I'm thinking is, I presume, because based on that holotable scene in the first teaser over a year ago with Anakin sees Ahsoka again for the first time, they're going to have a bit of communication. So what I think is going to happen is they're going to set up some form of a mission that's going to lead off on something, but then their communication is going to cut off as soon as Anakin leads into the Battle of Coruscant.
Ooh, I think so too. That's gonna be spicy.
It's spicy.
Yeah. And I think I had said this before, but and I always call back to Sam Witwer's almost slip up at Celebration, but he says Maul's gonna try different things that's gonna lead to more success. So I think
we haven't even seen hints of that.
So I think the conclusion, like to the finale, I think we're gonna see Maul in a good place, and I think we're gonna see possibly the startup for his Crimson Dawn.
That's exactly where I'm going. I think he's gonna be something Crimson Dawn.
Give us our Sam Witwer Crimson Dawn spinoff.
Oh my god,
that would be dope. And bring in freaking
Ray Park,
Kira and stuff. I don't know.
Do you guys think? I don't know if like Kira at that point, because she's still Corellia.
Oh yeah, she's still.
Do you think we'll get any like animated Dryden Voss?
Please.
Ooh. Oh. It could work in a way. Yeah.
Maybe.
I guess we have no idea to the pre-power dynamic between, the kind of the everybody serves someone line, but like we don't know how that ladder worked before Maul.
Mm-hmm. And
I know that I think they'd totally be able to get Paul Bettany back for it, since like he made most of his cash off of just doing the Jarvis voice until 2015.
I love Paul Bettany, but what else is he doing? WandaVision. That's finished filming. What are you doing, Paul Bettany? You got none. Disney has you by the collar.
I think he just got announced for something.
Really?
A Disney project.
Yeah, probably
untitled Disney project.
No, it was some project. It was from the Avengers.
Uncle
It was
Frank.
from Fox Searchlight.
From
Disney.
the Avengers theme park or something. Is he going to be serving drinks at the Avengers theme park?
He's in a new movie coming out called Uncle Frank.
Yeah.
Okay.
He's Uncle Frank.
Yeah, but I'm definitely interested.
That's so
Forward.
funny.
I don't know why that was so
Just
funny.
because we met him too, and he just
Man had a insane.
he was just he's the funniest guy.
so good. All right.
Okay. But yeah, I'll be shocked if this season ends though with Maul on a happy note. Like Maul's an antagonist. He has to leave some kind of on a bad note. Like we have to see him down.
I don't
He's
know.
gonna fall downwards.
If
He
you
fails
go to the
upwards.
point- yeah, he does. But
Yeah.
if you go to the point that like this is Revenge of the Sith time where the bad guys do win, I don't.
Good
think
point.
it's
Good
totally
counter.
out
Good
of
counter.
context. And,
Yeah.
I mean, everything's falling around. Like a new order is rising up, but like
Yeah.
you know,
A new
I'm sure
hope.
the underbelly is going to be thriving.
Yeah.
Right. And like those wins for Maul can be huge for him in small scale in perspective to a lot of things.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
Which I think totally works.
Who do you guys think is going to win the saber battle between Maul and Ahsoka?
Well,
I plead the fifth.
Okay.
yeah, like, there's not much you can really predict since we know how their characters end up after their fight.
Sure, but
Wait.
there is a winner to their duel.
Right.
Yeah.
Wait. Okay, Evan. Again, since you were watching,
It's in the Ahsoka novel. I'm not saying it's in Rebel. It's in the Ahsoka
I
novel.
literally forget.
I don't know. I haven't read the Ahsoka novel, but
Yeah, it's
I need
fine.
to. But
I feel
like
what
you
was,
don't
um,
really need to read it.
I forget in Rebels. What was
I'm sorry, whoever wrote that novel.
I forget in Rebels. What is Ahsoka's reaction to seeing Maul?
She hates the guy. She's like, oh,
Yeah.
it's Maul again.
But
yeah.
does she like recognize him? in
Yeah,
that
definitely. And
Oh,
Maul remembers
yeah.
Ahsoka too. I think he calls her like a young Padawan or something.
point? Okay, but
She's like, I'm
in
not
this
a
point in
Jedi.
Clone Wars, this is going to be their first point meeting.
Yeah,
right?
first encounter.
Is it?
Yes,
I
because
don't-
Maul only
I was watching all the Maul stuff. I don't think Ahsoka was in any of the.
Maul has only encountered Obi-Wan of the Jedi, other than the one he killed.
You're right. Yeah. Later on in Clone Wars, Obi-Wan was encountering literally everybody. He fought
Mhm.
Savas, Grievous, Maul. Like everybody else is just like, dang, Obi-Wan got it.
Who should we get for this episode? Oh,
Yeah,
should Obi-Wan fight?
Send in Obi-Wan because there's over 10,000
God.
Jedi. but
Oh, you
Obi-Wan's
got
the only
another
one.
mission? Send in Obi-Wan.
I remember
The
everybody.
council.
I remember everybody being so like, either you're like really hyped or really annoyed when they had in Rebels the Obi-Wan versus Maul because it was Old Man Ben in a big fight stance.
And it was
And
epic.
everybody's
yeah.
like, "What are you doing?" And then
I
like
love
you see
that.
it's samurai and it's so good. It's one
I
of the
remember when
best
that came out,
movies.
people were like, oh, I hated this. I'm like, this is freaking incredible. One of the best
Yeah.
episodes of Star Wars ever.
So good.
It's perfect.
Perfect.
But- Okay, let's just. We're about to hit like a half hour. I think that's a good.
Yeah, let's move on.
So, just a little bit of fun. We're having some fun. It's pretty chill time. We got some Galaxy of Adventures back, which is my
Woo!
favorite thing. I love the animation is beautiful. I was saying I would love a full animated show like this. I think I love the art style. But I mean, as it stands, them recreating the different scenes and movies. If they want to just keep going till they recreate everything, I'm down. It's so fun, and I'm so happy they finally are tackling the sequel trilogy. So 3 episodes had dropped today. I think Brandon, did you say the episode was called Ray and Friends?
I'm looking at
No, the
Sorry,
first one is just like
It sounds fun.
it's basically just a montage of Ray's journey
Mhm.
from
It's called
Jakku
the-
to
it's called the Force
Octo.
Call. It's called
Yeah,
the
there's-
Force Calls to Ray.
Yeah.
Oh
And
yeah,
then-
there's the Ray one. There's
And then you got Ray and Friends versus the First Order.
okay, and then you had Darth Vader and Kylo
Darth
Ren.
Vader and Kylo Ren.
Yeah,
But
My
can we talk
favorite-
about yeah, that one was the best for me too. But
Easily.
the Ray one was cool too because
Yeah.
Yeah.
especially with the Maz line. Honestly, it hurt me because I'm like, it hammers
Same.
home the like alone
Same.
thing, and I'm like, guys, that was
You had it. You had it all.
there was there. The
It was
conflict
there.
with, that is enough. You okay.
Mm.
They're gonna.
But
fix
anyways,
it.
great animation when she ignites the saber at the end and it kind of fades when it's like, no, it's called. I kind of did an edit like this a couple years ago before TLJ came out, where it's like, no, it calls to you with the exact same Moz line. I'm gonna pull it up after this episode, but
show the receipts, Carson.
Yeah.
You made a concept trailer, didn't you?
What is that, Enforcement Media?
Yeah, it's on. I can't remember which one it is, but
I really love the Rey one too. The animation was great. I love seeing her
transition
journey
into the end screen.
Yeah, seeing transition to from Jakku to Luke too was really cool. The way she grabs the lightsaber and turns around, and Luke's standing out there looking at her.
So shiny.
Is it really great? Yeah.
I like the adventure the team was going on. I know they're using the recycled audio, but it's cool.
I liked it.
Go ahead, Evan.
Yeah, I mean, I liked it. Again, they're forcing the whole trio thing. I mean, I liked the trio and Tross. They were good. It wasn't my favorite moments of Tross, but I kind of liked seeing them on an interesting mission. Was this the first time Galaxy Adventures showed us something that wasn't in the movies? Like, this wasn't a straight up adaptation. This was all brand new.
Where was this? Was this?
They were on Starkiller Base.
They've done a couple.
No, I don't think
they weren't. That's what I thought at first too. I'm like, why is Poe there? I'm so confused. But then I'm like,
and Poe is in his
he's in his Rise of Skywalker gear.
Yeah, so it's post TLJ. Like,
point. I don't know. They were also stealing the same plans.
The same thing.
Star plans.
Yeah, it's weird. Starkiller Base
that's
2.
fine for like data. Like, it's not. It wasn't an exclusive one design. But. No, it's just a fun little adventure. It's not meant to be taken super seriously. But yeah,
we're like, where does this take place?
But no, they've done.
Where's the cannon?
I've seen alternative stuff too, Evan. Like, there was a Han Solo one that had Han after he left Luke. On
yes, great point.
Which was great.
Yeah, I love that one. That one was my favorite Galaxy of Adventures where Han comes back. Oh, that's so good. I gotta rewatch that.
Like he's on his way back in the trench battle. It's just all.
Yeah, and then he's at Chewie or something, and Chewie's like, "Dude, you got to go back." And then he comes back and saves the day.
Like, I know what I'm doing.
Yeah. Oh, that was so good. I freaking love Han Solo. But also
great Han edits.
In the what's it called? In that adventure that they're on, they see stormtroopers that are flying. I'm like, okay, great. Is it just a funny thing now? I was like, we realize they fly, but months later in the Rise of Skywalker, they fly now.
Okay. Yeah.
I mean, BB-9E was there too. I don't think it
was always doing the whole canon thing. Yeah.
I'm sure it was just. I mean, a lot of it is like taking things and it just like puts a fun spin on it. It's not super.
Yeah. Again, it's meant for kids.
Canon.
Yeah.
Right.
It's just like they had the trailer, and they had Ben and Rey on Starkiller fighting, and they jumped up in the air. Like, that didn't happen, but like, it's fun.
It's
they can kind of mess with it. The style. Yeah. But last thing on the second episode, it was like when they get on the speeder, I was like, hold on, is this like retconning the deleted Force Awakens scene where like Finn and that scene where they get on the speeder? And run away from Starkiller Base. It's like after Han dies and then transition like into the woods. But all we get in the movie is, of course,
because Rise of Skywalker closed. But I love that they drew Oscar Isaac. He looks exhausted.
I know.
So tired.
Poor Poe. Yeah.
But
let's get into the good one.
The best one was the Vader Kylo Ren. He's
so
like
good.
They had the Rogue One Vader, and then it transitioned to Ben. Mowing down. It looked like, I don't know if he was on Starkiller. It looked like, but it was cool to see.
I think it was Starkiller. But also, let's go to the beginning of the episode where Kylo is doing his Force Awakens thing, saying like, "Show me again, grandfather." Because I remember
he's got his original mask on at that point.
Exactly. So that was I remember back when Rogue One came out and people saw the Darth Vader scene. They were like, when Kylo Ren says, "Show me again, grandfather," does he see the Rogue One Vader scene?
Can you imagine?
And it was kind of like a fan thing, but then we see this in Galaxy of Adventures, and it's kind of what they're hinting
at.
Implying.
I'm gonna edit that thing. Like,
again, like we don't know what officially happened. Of course, it's all in Kylo Ren's head, but it's really cool to see. Like, hey, maybe he saw the Vader sequence from Rogue One, and
I love seeing Crate in this episode.
Oh,
yeah,
so awesome,
so good.
I love the transition. It's like it's the Vader and Obi-Wan, and then like he poses just like Kylo does, and then it transitions to him
and Luke. So good.
Used
the parallels.
Admittedly, I totally laughed during the scream on Crate. I don't know why, but it was like 5 times more obnoxious, like kind of isolated like this. It was
Yeah,
perfect.
it's funny that they get like the audio on its own, but it's also cool because it's just to like hear it differently.
Yeah, it fits, but it's also very jarring.
But then the
just
also the
goes to
cool
show that
transition
John
of
Williams-
like the leader Vader leading the Empire to Kylo leading the First Order. No mask, and then he's over the Vader helmet again, and then he puts on the Rise of Skywalker crack.
Love that.
Beautiful journey.
Oh yeah, I do like that transition. That was really good.
Oh, it's so good. It's just like the zoom into his face. It was just everything was cool. These are fun. I love the animation. It's
do we know
have you guys seen the people edit the Galaxy of Adventures clips as anime openings?
Yes.
Oh, of course.
Mhm.
Yeah,
They're
with
perfect. As soon
they
as
keep-
we get enough for sequel trilogy, I need that.
yeah. Oh man, I wish I could edit well because I have so many like anime openings that I listen to, and I could attach that to my Kylo Ren Vader transitions that go way better. Because everybody keeps on using the Naruto Shippuden opening that everybody listens to these
My
days.
favorite one that I've ever seen was someone. And Evan, I know you've been hounding us for Attack on Titan, but they've been using the
Yes.
Susago.
That
one so cool.
So great, iconic. Attack on
Sorry.
Titan, top 5 anime of all time.
You know, I've been watching My Hero. The season 1 theme song is pretty cool.
Oh yeah, it's great.
I totally forget the theme song.
Yeah, it is.
We're gonna
good.
stop now.
No.
Oh yeah.
Oh, okay, yeah.
Anyway, this is a Star Wars podcast. I love My Hero. I'm catching up.
Anime.
But,
hype? What?
Can we get a Star Wars anime?
Yeah.
we have Star Wars manga. Yeah.
Yeah, the Lost Stars
I wanna check it
adaptation.
out, that Luke one.
No, you read Lost Stars and you will check out the.
Yeah,
Okay.
Lost Stars.
That's right.
Forget the
That's
Legend
what
of
it
Luke
was.
Skywalker BS. But...
Have it in the style of Samurai
I'm
Jack.
Oh yeah.
And Samurai Jack. That would be fantastic.
If you have it in the style of Samurai Jack, that'd be awesome.
The well, they did. That's what Star Wars clone.
Oh yeah, you're right.
The original
Yeah,
Clone
Yeah.
Wars, but
good point.
keep it in the style of Samurai Jack.
Back to the past.
Yeah.
What?
Oh, and I'm nostalgic. Okay, but yeah, they were great little bits, and I can't wait to see more coming soon. Getting into some canon and comic books. We got our own little things going. I'll let Evan kick this off. Keep spoiler free because we haven't read, but the series is over, right? It was a 4-issue series.
It's all over, baby. It's gone.
All right.
Gone,
You
baby.
and
Gone.
look, we love Ben. Tell us about our boy.
Do we? I'm kidding.
Do I?
Some people more than others, but
Us three.
yeah. So this comic, I mean, I guess I should just. It's so hard to review this last issue because everything that goes down in it is a huge spoiler. So I'm not going to really say anything about that. But I think the most important aspect of this last issue had to do with the concept of choice. Now, as a Kylo Ren fan, as a person who's viewed his movies or his appearances in Force Awakens, Last Jedi, and Rise of Skywalker, it always comes down to, in the past, did he have this choice? Did he make this choice willingly? How does he think about it all? And I think one of the main things that this final issue really digs into was the amount of pressure like Ben really had. Like even in the last issue, he's really struggling with doing the right thing among the Knights of Ren, because the Knights of Ren are huge characters in this comic book. You really see they really flesh out the person who was the leader before Kylo Ren.
Right.
And the other members of the Knights of Ren, they're doing bad things. And Ben's really conflicted. He still is struggling with what happened at the Jedi Temple with Luke and everything like that. And some of his Jedi friends are in there too. I want to say what happens with them. But like there's very interesting stuff going on there. And Ben's still struggling with what to do, whether it's right or wrong. And he's struggling with his past. Like he mentioned sometimes in the comic book, I mean, trying to be as spoiler free as possible, but he's building into like, he's struggling with like his name as Ben, as somebody who's like, has the same name as Obi-Wan Kenobi, even though he's never met the guy before. So he's
It's
really
almost like this should have been in the movies, and we have a legacy character dealing with the legacy name, and we don't have to force that onto our opposite of that for the final movie.
I don't think any of these events should have been in the movie.
No, not the events, but I mean
Themes.
theme-wise.
Theme-wise, I agree. Totally agree. It would have helped people sympathize with Ben Solo's character.
Right, because I think a lot of people's criticism was like they love all these little details about Ben, but they're like, okay, the movies are what's important to me, and like this side stuff isn't like, it's obviously to us it's like the sacred text, obviously, but like to some people they're like, oh, why these things aren't explained, when a lot of stuff, especially the 3 different versions of the temple scene we get in Last Jedi, we get really Ben's conflict from that. But
it's a lot of subtext and nuance,
right?
And, Charles Soule really digs into the nuance aspect of that, especially in regards to something big that happens in Kylo Ren issue number 2 in regards to the Jedi Temple. Something that even as a Ben Solo fan, I'm still kind of struggling with. Like, did this certain event happen was it a choice of Ben Solo, or was it a choice from the Force, from like Palpatine or Snoke? Again, was this all, I hate using this word, like, was it predestined that Ben was supposed to go to the dark? But again, I think Charles Soule tries to answer that, tries to write that, especially in that last issue when Ben Solo finally finishes his arc here. I mean, finishes as much as we come to know him in The Force Awakens, at least. Like, this is still a guy who's still conflicted. That never is going to change. But yeah, again, in the final issue, we also see a lot of stuff that, as a canon junkie, I was very excited to see happen in terms of certain connections, certain reveals, and certain things that we've been theorizing about, but we finally seen come to light. So
yeah, I've accidentally seen some spoiler frames on Twitter, but I didn't see any of the words, just some images. But I'm very excited to read this. And I think I like what you're saying, Evan, because I think what makes it sounds like Charles Soule is like riding that line of like that predetermined destiny and like that choice, and like how that in and of itself is one of the most compelling things about Kylo and Ben, is because literally he's interpreted as this predetermined destiny, cookie cutter sometimes of Vader and the name, but yet he struggles with forming his own identity out of that. And exactly. So yeah, I feel like I think I've read the first issue and it was totally really awesome, but I really need to catch up on the last 3.
And it's funny because even as fans of Ben Solo, or people who are critics of Ben Solo, are having these discussions of like, well, he did all these bad things, but he didn't have a choice. I guess what some Ben Solo defenders would say. But then people would say like, oh, well, he still murdered Han Solo. He still murdered tons of people on the Star Cruiser in The Last Jedi and The Rise of Skywalker. He's still a murderer. But then like,
he killed Tally Lintra.
And poor Tally. But it's like
war or something.
Charles Soule, the way he does his comic books and the way he writes, is he gets really into the introspective nature of it all. And the way Ben Solo speaks about what's happening to himself is very fascinating. It's really reminiscent of Darth Vader issue number 25, I think, or Darth Vader in the last Darth Vader comic series from 2018 to 2019, where one of those last issues, he really goes inside into his internal conflict as well with Padme and Obi-Wan and Palpatine. And it's really good. I just love that. Charles Soule doesn't give you any answers. He just tries to describe what's going on with the characters.
That's my favorite. It's my favorite stuff is when we follow a character's internal conflict. It just, you really get down to like the core of who they are, what they're dealing with. It's like the best stuff. And like, I remember I tagged you that the comic writers actually like worked with Adam Driver to make sure the dialogue flowed properly with him.
Oh yeah. That was interesting. That one tweet, I couldn't tell if it was a joke or not.
Oh, I thought that was totally a joke.
Remember?
No, it's actually, it was the creator.
Charles, because I think Charles was joking around because then he said like Adam was like yelling or something or dancing or something.
I don't remember reading that.
I could be reading the wrong tweet. I said a lot of Kylo Ren tweets.
I remember like the tweet about something in a cabin in Vermont or something where
that's what I was talking
like in the
about.
woods, like yelling or something.
Yeah, I couldn't tell. But I'll be shocked if Adam ever read a lick of this of Kylo Ren stuff. But again, I think Adam had a lot of stuff that he talked to JJ and Ryan about that has something very similar to do with what's going on in the Rise of Kylo Ren. I think a lot of the stuff that JJ and Ryan wrote for Kylo Ren had to do with these kind of stuff, especially JJ too. I mean, he gets a lot of flack for how he ended Kylo Ren's character in the Rise of Skywalker, but since he's the one that helped create him along with Kathleen Kennedy and Adam, I think he also had some of this stuff that we see in the Rise of Kylo Ren in mind. Maybe not the whole Palpatine clone part of it all, but yeah. It was really
Well,
cool.
we brought up last week that he's still alive, so it's fun.
Yeah, exactly.
Uh,
But it's canon.
Also, real quick, I'm just very excited, even more so after reading this last comic. I'm really excited for I forget the title of the book, The Light of the Jedi, for the what's it called, The High Republic from Charles Soule.
Yeah.
I forget what his book's called, but I'm very excited to see how he's gonna transition from writing comic books to writing an actual novel with multiple hundreds of pages. So very curious to see. I think he's written novels before. I just never read them. So
on my end, I've begun comic. I've started because since we're in the midst of Clone Wars, and this is probably going to be little important, hopefully. The
Just
Son
a
of
smidge.
Dathomir comic, following up where Palpatine took Maul, and in regards, have you guys read or do you care of spoiler?
I've read a couple issues, I think, but I don't care. You can spoil it.
I've read the thing such a long time ago, but yeah, I need to reread it.
Okay, so just kicking things off, it starts off with this prison, and Maul is in there, and immediately
he's getting tortured, right?
He's being tortured, and it piques my interest because not only is Palpatine there, like boom, Dooku's here. So Dooku and Maul are meeting for the first time, which is fascinating because Maul is probably a little bit jealous because like, oh, it's my replacement. This sucks. But and also I think Maul, if I was remembering right, like addressed him as former Jedi potentially, because I'm sure at that time I think that was the case. I need to listen to Jedi Lost. But it's a fascinating read because not only does Maul encounter Dooku, but also Grievous, which is insane, and they have a whole battle. And
oh yeah, this is the one I was sending you. That one,
Yeah.
the frames are like, oh, have Maul and Grievous ever? And then we're like literally pulling frames from this.
Yeah, and it's cool like reading through Comixology because like the way like it scrolls through. Honestly, Carson, this would help you a ton if you don't know how to read comics of where to go because it will.
If you don't know how to read,
I get taken out of him. Like I don't know. Like it's just weird to me. Like that sounds so naive, but
if you do on an app on your phone, Comixology, you can slide through and it will take you panel to panel, like how it's supposed to be presented. And
do we have a Comixology sponsor? No.
I don't know. It's what I've been using. It's fantastic.
I use it all the time. I'm just kidding around. Yeah, I love it.
No, but it's an interesting story because it's not only the Mandalorians end up saving Maul, like they get his position. It's also like the overall goal is Palpatine wants to take out Mother Talzin, which is
yes, yeah.
And it's an interesting point, and it ends up being like this whole like war between them, and it's like Palpatine's like, I know how Mother Talzin works, we're gonna do this, but then also on the other end, it's like Mother Talzin's like, oh, I anticipate Palpatine thinks I'm gonna be like this, so it's like a whole like mind game.
The whole
so
battle.
far, I've only gotten halfway through issue 2.
Okay.
So I'm still amidst the battle, but it's been great exchanges to like it was great because it was Maul versus Grievous, and the whole time Grievous is taunting Maul. It's just like I have an endless amount of droid army, like you're gonna go down, dude. And when they eventually do send Maul back, even though he was still holding his own, Grievous like communicates with Dooku, and it was just like, all right, so like I told him we had a ton of droids, but like I was on like my last leg there, dude. Like so Maul is still like a force to be reckoned with.
Maul is super strong. Yeah, I think he will lose in a straight one-on-one lightsaber duel with Dooku. I think Dooku's like the best lightsaber duelist at the time, but I think he could defeat Grievous.
And in this point, I don't so at the point in the comic, they give Maul the Darksaber again.
Yep. The Mandalorians, right? The Darth Maul Mandalorians. Yeah.
But also in the Clone Wars trailer, I've only seen him with his double-sided blade, so I don't know what his progression with the Darksaber is going to be in this comic. I don't know if he keeps it or not.
I forget what happens with that Darksaber because in Rebels we see it on his shelf. It's just hanging by a shelf. So obviously he takes it with him after Siege of Mandalore. But in the trailer, he is using the double-bladed red lightsaber.
Wait, in Rebels, Maul still has the Darksaber?
Yeah. That's how Sabine gets it, and then that's how Bo-Katan gets it, and that's how.
It's been.
Rewatch Rebels, everybody. It's fantastic.
I'm going to as soon as Clone Wars ends. That's my plan.
It's crazy.
Into it.
Yeah, that'd be perfect.
But yeah, this is a great comic so far. Just seeing the progression of it. I love getting more of Maul. Maul is a really great strategist and
He's so
leader
good.
of an army. It's insane. It's so
Yeah.
good. And even like just seeing like more dialogue from Grievous is always fun, and Dooku as well. It's funny because like I'm seeing it's comic book art, so they don't exactly look like how they do in the movies or the Clone Wars. But it's great art style nonetheless, unless you're doing covers, in which case they will easily Photoshop Christopher Lee fighting the Night Brothers.
Yeah.
But it looks great. And the Night Brothers get sent as well to back up the Mandalorian, so it's just like
They do.
Oh.
Yeah.
war that I'm excited to see where things go down, how Maul,
See-
I just want to see where Maul gets to where we're gonna find him in Clone Wars. That's what I'm most excited for.
That's the thing. I think once you finish on the Dathomir, you'll easily easily piece together what happens to him in the Clone Wars. But that's the thing. As you're talking about it, I remember those panels of the Maul-DeLoreans, whatever they're called. Maul-DeLorean saving Maul and then helping him escape. And that's crucial because at the end of season 5, the whole episode where Palpatine trashes Maul, he says like, I'll have further use of you, whatever. So I think as people who only view the Clone Wars, they have to see this kind of stuff, right? They have to see the Maul-DeLoreans, which was a hashtag on Twitter. I remember it was like one of those secret hashtag things with Maul-DeLoreans. So I think we have to see them. We have to see the Night Brothers. And then again, this could be explained via dialogue, sure, but I think it also could be explained via visual. I think we could visually see that, and that'll be interesting. I think it all needs like pieced together smoothly for people who only watch the Clone Wars.
Yeah, I'm excited. I'm excited to finish it. Hopefully, by next show I'll have finished both of these series, and then we could properly talk. Spoiler. Hopefully, at least me and Evan could. I don't know, but you.
Yeah, I'll reread it too. I have it on my phone.
Yeah,
on Comixology.
I've been doing some reading myself, actually.
Okay, Brandon.
Well, not exactly reading, but listening. I've been listening.
Close enough.
Cheater.
I've been listening to Dooku Jedi Lost.
Woohoo! I love that.
So good.
Great Calvin Scott. Yeah.
Calvin Scott. It's really good so far.
It's excellent. Yeah.
It just got to the point where Dooku hears that thing when he's traveling with his. He didn't know this at the time, but his sister, and he pretty much breaks the entire. What do you call it? Museum, sort of. It's not. It's not right as soon as he finds out that his father left him for dead. Pretty much, it's a little bit after.
Father of the Year, yeah. Yeah, I remember that.
I think the sister dynamic gets really good. You'll learn about Dooku growing up in the temple and having to deal with the fact that he still has that, and there's the Yoda stuff in this book. It is wild.
You're not ready. Have a whole.
Not saying anything.
Yeah, of course.
I'm not saying anything, but like
it's similar to stuff we see in the Clone Wars with Yoda,
yes.
in terms of Yoda making these bad decisions. So I say, we see that in Clone Wars, we see that in Master and Apprentice in the Claudia Gray book. Like Yoda's not the best guy in the Clone Wars. So yeah.
But yeah, overall, it's a great book so far. I didn't expect all of the exposition and like dialogue to be passed through Ventress's eyes.
Yeah.
Oh yes.
And that gets better as it goes.
Because he's struggling with her master too, right? Her Jedi master, the master that's helped save her.
Yeah. So pretty much all the exposition and stuff is seen through her eyes, and I really like that.
Really great because again, it helps with development from Ventress and Dooku at the same time.
Yeah.
The dual character development, really cool.
Yeah. I want to reread. I want to re-listen to that book and also reread Dark Disciple because two of my favorite books.
Yes.
Dark Disciple, man.
Yes.
Nathan.
The climax of Dark Disciple, just absolutely insane. Like,
it's so great.
Wow.
Nathan, it just hit me. You called me cheater, but Dooku Jedi Lost is audio only.
Yup. You got me.
Well, actually, because of the
Oh, it is a book now.
They have the transcript of it, which I think is pretty cool for people that need that.
Yeah.
But Dark Disciple is also very great stuff. I hope we eventually see that somehow animated too. That'd be really cool.
Oh my god, the scene where that
no spoilers.
Gosh, what's his name? Quinlan Voss.
Quinlan Voss
has to go down and do I'll just say vaguely like a test of the Force. Let's just say, and god, if that was animated. Wow.
I would lose
wow.
it. Dark Disciple was really good. But going back to Dooku Jedi Lost, I just love the whole sound design of that whole book.
It's great.
It's all really good. It feels like you're listening to an actual episode, which is really cool.
And I'm bummed that he's not doing another one. I'm excited for his comic series. What I would love that format to be expanded
for the High Republic.
For Project Loomis.
Jeez.
And I was so bummed at the announcement because I was like, that's such a perfect opportunity to build out a different medium that a lot of people really enjoyed and praised.
1,000% right. I'm shocked they're not jumping the gun on that.
I know.
Let's go. Let's give us more audio drama.
It was so cool.
It was a huge success. Huge success. It made a lot of copies on Audible. I loved that stuff. It got a lot of praise.
And especially in today's day and age of podcasts and all these different audio mediums.
Yes.
It's a big market.
I'm telling you guys, this has to be in phase 2 of Project Luminous.
That's what I was saying. I tweeted that. I'm like, hopefully he gets a phase 2 or any author really. Yeah. Imagine a Claudia Gray
audio drama. Ooh,
audio drama. Give it to me.
That'd be fantastic. Yeah.
I think he's just forcing Carson to read comics. He's just
I can't
he's gonna specifically write it to where there's so many overlapping layers that he's gonna be like,
it's so much on the page. I don't know what to do.
So much
I will teach
so much color.
Do I read it left to right, or do I look at the pictures first, or do I
down?
Left to right, going down like a normal book? And
I don't know how the tension builds because I'm like.
I mean, it's a page turner, just like a normal book. But also, it's very funny because I read a lot of comic books, but I also read a lot of manga in 1 week too. I'm reading 5 manga in 1 week. I'm going right to left, and then I'm going left to right.
That's funny. I didn't even realize that.
Manga's always right to left. In a reading, right to left, up to it's different. But Also, in Dooku Jedi Lost, one of the favorite aspects I love about that audio drama is the whole young viewpoint of the Jedi Order, in a sense. You see Dooku growing up in that stuff. It really makes me want to have a Harry Potter-ish kind of.
Oh my yes, thing. And there's some not crazy, but there's some weird stuff going on in that temple. I'll just say. Do you remember the whole line of where Dooku and the whatever?
Oh boy, yeah.
I love the friendship between Dooku and Sifo Dyas.
Me too. It's a great friendship. Sifo Dyas is a great character. I'm really glad they fleshed him out.
And then he killed him.
Is Qui-Gon in it?
Qui-Gon, yes, he is.
Yeah. Spoilers.
Isn't he?
Okay, you obviously Qui-Gon's gonna be.
Qui-Gon is master.
I know Qui-Gon's his apprentice, but still,
he's gonna be. He's gonna be in it.
Is Liam Neeson voicing?
No.
I was gonna make a joke, but he's not in it.
Well, with his career now, Cold Pursuit. Why do we bring this up every time? Cold Pursuit. He's done 5 other movies.
The Rise.
Nominated actor that he should be, but poor Liam Neeson. Anyways,
crying over his $1 million.
Carson, you got the certain point of view. Have you done anything?
I have not read a single page other than that time that we pulled up the Yoda.
I told you the Yoda passage.
I extended my library return date on it. Does that make you happy?
He'll keep extending it. I have a certain point of view book, but I've only read certain passages. It's not a page turner. It's
page turners. They were not.
They were not at all.
Well, I mean, I was bouncing around from passage to passage because I was like, "Ooh, this person." I mean, sure, but the ones that they have are pretty
good. Yeah.
I will get into it. I just
finding the authors or the stories that really interest you.
Take it back to one of the first couple episodes we did where I'm praising the Emperor story.
Oh my god, yeah, you're like 15-minute tangent on that. I'm like, what are you talking about?
It was nice.
It's a good one.
But I will read it and then I'll be like, come on, you'll be like, oh my god, did you read the Emperor? Certain point of
Yoda's got nothing on it. Like, no.
top 10 Star Wars character. Let's go.
No, the Yoda one is still my favorite though, and the Palpatine one was cool. I love the Master and Apprentice passage by Claudia Gray before she wrote that.
Yes.
Good stuff.
Yep.
Did you guys have any further Star Wars things related to discuss? Or
Yeah, I wanted to bring up. So last week, Mando season 2 finished filming, which is pretty.
Oh,
Yes.
Like I brought up. Yeah, I brought up how last week the actress, I forget her name, Gina Carano finished filming, but now days later than it officially finished filming, and Dave Filoni was on that what they call the director card thing. I'm not a filmmaker. I'm not sure what it's called.
Mm-hmm.
But so are you guys excited about Dave Filoni coming back?
Oh yeah.
No, he's trash.
Yes and no. Yes
Yeah,
and
because
no.
it's very interesting discussion because during that tweet, a lot of the comments were like, I'm happy that Mando is coming back, of course, but Filoni didn't really direct one of my favorite episodes. Do you guys agree with that?
It doesn't matter if it's your favorite episode or not. He's still a great director. He's a great storyteller. Hell, just look at episode 1 of The Mandalorian to kick off the entire thing.
Mm-hmm. He set the tone.
I still think episode 1, episode 5 are the weakest of last season, but I think it's only up from here for Dave Filoni. And just the way he's overall sculpting the show story-wise with Favreau. We can't like discount him for him being, because everyone has to start somewhere, and he's very much had an accelerated track with live action. It's no easy feat to get into all that technical stuff. Obviously, he's got all help in the world with ILM and everybody at his side, but it's still, directing is hard, man. Especially when you don't have a camera that you can move around like crazy in post, because it's literally,
it's there.
You got to film. Yeah, it's there.
Yeah, I mean, if you look at the behind the scenes of The Mandalorian, how they filmed all that stuff, it's like it's very different. So you're bringing in new technology on top of a new director. It can get very difficult.
They had this, but like high quality.
Exactly. Yeah, I love that whole behind the scenes thing because it's very unique.
Yeah, it's awesome.
You know what I find funny is like Steel Wars keeps like thirst tweeting.
It's so funny. I don't even know the character's name from episode 5. That bounty hunter dude.
Oh yeah, he loves that guy.
Still keeps thirst tweeting him. It's so funny.
Yeah.
I was watching episode 5 yesterday.
Did you?
I did. Well, it's just because that's only because my nephew wanted.
Of course you were.
My nephew wanted to watch Baby Yoda. All right, hold on. No, but like my nephew wanted to check out something Baby Yoda related, so I put on episode.
Well, that's not
4.
the episode for Baby Yoda.
I put on the Bryce Dallas Howard episode, and it over at episode 5, and I was like, yeah. I left it on, but I was just like watching. I was just like,
it's an episode.
It looks great. Like
the speeder bike stuff is cool.
Yeah,
that was pretty cool.
The Tusken Raider hands. There's good stuff.
There's great stuff there. I'm excited for Filoni coming back too. I think he only needs more practice and better experience. Like we keep saying, like, oh, he's not ready, but I think he'll be ready by the time we get more experience and more episodes.
Do you guys think Deborah Chow directed any season 2 episodes, or do you think she's exclusively writing?
I think she's too busy.
I think if she did, I feel like if she did, it was one.
I think Faminua Rick is back for like. I would give Rick 2 or 3 episodes, honestly.
2 or 3. Wow.
Yeah, Rick was great.
He was great.
Give him director of photography.
Give him a show, honestly. Like
give him a what?
Episodes. Give him a show.
Give him a show. Yeah.
Rick's had a weird career in the sense that he made Dope, and Dope was amazing. Dope was dope. And then he had that whole Flash thing. Of course, 5 directors leave that, and then
oh man,
I think he kind of just been doing TV, and then he showed up on Mando and killed it on episode 2 and episode 6. Yeah, both great episodes.
Yeah,
but I want to see him back on episodes. I'm pretty sure we're getting another Bryce Dallas Howard episode, which is cool. And who else? And then Filoni, of course. And then at the beginning or at the end of season 1, I remember Favreau was on a talk show and he was like, "Yeah, I'm actually possibly get a direct one episode this season.
Ooh,
Would you guys like to see a Favreau directed episode?
hell yeah.
I'd have him kick
Of
off
course.
the premiere.
He made Iron Man great, so yeah.
He also made Lion King.
He also made
Well, he also made Jungle Book.
Okay, well,
I'm
he
just
made
kidding.
Lion
Elf.
King, but
He also made Elf.
He's a great director. I'm just kidding.
yeah.
He made Iron Man 2.
Elf, Iron Man 2, The Love with the Parrot, right? Or something, whatever. The bird.
I want my boy
Chef 2009.
I want my boy
Yeah.
Chef.
Oh, movie release dates over here. Okay.
I only know this
Let's get
because
to that.
his show that's like the food stuff on Netflix where he
Oh yeah, I've never watched that.
it's a good thing to put on in the background. Like it's enjoyable. You learn that Gwyneth Paltrow doesn't know what movie she's in half the
Yeah.
time.
Poor Gwen. Poor Gwen.
Yeah.
You get to be jealous when you see Bill Burr crunching into a delicious grilled cheese sandwich.
Oh, the grilled cheese episode is the best episode.
Okay, I'll look that up.
I still want John Favreau to make me a grilled cheese. That's on my bucket list.
Wow. Gonna be waiting for
Coming
that
to
one.
celebration.
I know.
Is this still relevant?
But is he gonna bring in any new directors? We just named Favreau.
I don't know. if
Filoni,
Taika's even gonna
Famuyua.
be on, so.
They mentioned James Mangold, right? But
That's a rumor.
He
It was
de-
false.
he denied it.
Yeah.
Mangold
he denied
himself
it.
debunked it. Yeah.
He's doing so much. He's too busy for that.
But also there was a rumor of that Robert Rodriguez did like action sequences or parts of
Yeah.
something.
That was
I'm
false
down.
too, I think.
Was that was false? Okay.
I mean,
don't
it was
know.
all in that one report. I assume
Right,
it was all
so-
false.
True.
So you can't take any of it seriously.
But it's weird that like they would piecemeal that of like I'm
I
kind
have
of
no idea where that came from. Yeah.
either way though. I obviously I think that report is false, but like I'm not concerned about like certain directors coming in and kind of doing sequences, but like if that happens too much, I kind of love when we get that distinct difference between episodes of like, oh, this director kind of like took this episode by the reins. And if we get a lot of like puzzle pieces of like different directors, 2 or 3 directors doing different sequences per episode, I don't know how I feel about that, but I kind of like I would love to see new people, but also I kind of like, giving two episodes here and there is kind of working for them.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it really is.
you know what I'm kind of glad about is like I think Mando wrapped filming at perfect time, like because
Yes, it
now
did.
everything's getting
Perfect.
like
Yeah.
Flash got postponed. Fantastic Beasts.
Flash
is
got-
still
Did
filming.
Flash get stopped? I
Yeah.
thought WB was still
No, it's
Flash-
still pre-production. I think.
Flash's production of
The
whatever-
show.
Yeah, the show is.
Oh.
their
Oh.
filming got postponed.
The CW show.
Stop.
There was something very important here. Okay, never mind.
No,
Never mind.
Fantastic Beasts. is still they begin filming Monday, but I doubt that's gonna. keep
Fantastic
going.
Beast. Never heard of it. Sorry, you're gonna have to refresh.
I
my
like
memory
it.
there.
Fantastic.
I'm sure you do, Nathan.
Okay,
I
it's not
absolutely
Harry-
despise the second movie. However,
Okay, it's not.
Chris
not
Cloves
Harry-
or Steve Cloves is co-writing this
Here we
third
go
script.
again. He's
Steve Cloves,
co-writing the script. He's co-writing the script.
Steve Cloves, an absolute mad lad. This man can write his ass off. He is so responsible for so much of Harry Potter, including Half-Blood Prince, one of the best adaptations ever. But I still have no hope because the series doesn't even have
I
a
get it.
protagonist.
It's not Harry Potter, but it's nowhere near Harry Potter. But it's still fun.
Wizards, man.
Yeah,
Is it though?
Yes.
it's fun.
Is it though?
But it's very frustrating because it's like everything that I didn't want to see happened
Happened.
in the most contrived way possible. And I was sitting in the whole entire last third of the movie is them sitting in a tomb explaining a floating baby, like I don't even know. And then suddenly he's Dumbledore's like ancestor. I'm like,
man.
what?
Yep.
Okay, sorry. I'm done with my tangent.
Hope you guys enjoyed the Wizards World podcast. We are officially kicked off.
But yeah, you're right. Mando's in post production. They're all editing right now. So
David Yates could come out of retirement and direct an episode of Mando.
he needs to do something else because he's really stuck in Harry
Please.
Potter.
Please.
Oh no, Nathan! What are you doing?
Is that a steel book?
No, it's not. It's a DVD. It's
Oh, good. The
DVD.
quality you deserve for that kind of movie.
Haven't heard that name in a long time.
Can we talk about
Star
how
Wars, please.
no We talked our Star Wars. We talked our Star Wars. Can we talk about how?
No. This is Hyperspace.
Hyperspace.
If I have to
all these-
restart a new broadcast, I will.
No.
I'm kind
Brandon,
of
keep on
bummed.
going anyways.
Okay, two things.
This is literally the most off-brand, on-brand podcast.
Right,
to what you're
yeah, two things.
Oh,
I'm bummed Milan got pushed back. I'm
Yes.
bummed Quiet Place got pushed back, but I totally get why.
So
Yes,
we're
a good
talking about
transition.
Survivor.
Yes.
The
What do you
Limit
guys think
2.
about Star Wars content? And I'm kind of, glad we're in kind of a lull of the big theatrical, productions right now.
I'm not. I am
Because
what am I
of-
gonna do, Carson.
Not
Explain
glad, but
Explain it. though.
grateful, because imagine if they were in production of the 2022 movie right now, and all of a sudden they're like, oh, guess we gotta not do that right now.
That's a good point.
But
they were going to start that next year, anyways.
that's
I
true.
guess. But yeah, I guess this is going to affect Disney in a huge way. I mean,
Oh,
maybe
totally.
even for Star Wars.
They're shutting down their parks for
It's
the rest
crazy.
of the month.
Yeah. Oh, I guess we can go back to our discussion last week about Celebration. Did this week change you guys' mind about Celebration?
No.
It's still in August.
I agree.
I'm-
I agree.
See,
Yeah.
confident.
I'm so glad they did not book this convention for April this year.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah, they dodged a bullet. You're right.
Oh my god.
But
Daniel
my
Kennedy,
take on
I
it,
praise you so
yeah.
much.
He always has the best tweets about, I'm like, oh, this is that for Celebration. I'm like, oh, I didn't even know this was happening. But I think my mindset as far as Celebration right now is Comic-Con is the domino that would have to fall for Celebration to be canceled. And until that happens, I think it's still a waiting game, obviously, but I think it's safe to say that sometime in the near future, this stuff is all going to be resolved. But
I live in
I
fear
say-
every day.
I'm not going to knock on wood right now because,
I would knock on wood. We're safe. We'll be fine.
yeah, we'll be fine.
I think. Yeah. By the end of the
We
year.
got 5 months.
Yeah. 5 months.
And if everyone stays home for the next 2.5 weeks, hopefully this will all blow over.
I mean, I still need to see Onward and The Hunt. So
Oh my God, go now.
how
You still can.
I'm not seeing The Hunt.
You're not seeing The Hunt. You don't.
I want to see The Hunt,
I have
but
I
no
would have
desire to
saw
see
the
it.
Hunt, but all my shit got canceled. So
Wow. Yeah, I guess there's nothing else to see for the next month or two.
like my whole crux is like I go for like the big release stuff, but then like I triple and quadruple feature stuff, so I'll hack on. Like, what do I even have to see now? Like I can see Emma, but then
On
what
my
else?
list, Emma's great. Also, Wendy just came out in limited.
Oh,
that
yeah,
one's pretty good.
So I really liked Emma. Wendy came
I'm
out,
just-
and
I'm frustrated, man, because like I had a Quiet Place double feature set on Wednesday, and they
I know.
John
It's a
Krasinski was
bummer.
Like, hey, I was like, great. What annoyed me though is John Krasinski. Like he put out his letter, like because
Yes, and his initials are JK.
yeah, but
Mhm.
that's the
oh,
thing.
freaking
That
idiot!
there was already so many other things that like I believed it was a joke.
Everyone in the replies were like, guys, he's just kidding. Look, you put Jake.
Yeah, I thought so too, and then I
Y'all
opened
are-
the AMC app and it's gone, and I'm like,
You really thought that was John Krasinski joking?
yes, because it's John Krasinski.
The man tweets like once
Because
in
it's
3
John
months.
Krasinski.
The
guy is
man
Jack
played a
Ryan.
prankster for like 9 years.
The man tweets every 3 months. You think he's just gonna tweet a joke and then be like, "Okay, go watch
It's
Jack
perfect
Ryan."
about this
timing
guy.
to do so. If anything, it's more press for his film. But yeah, that sucks. Mulan push, that sucks. No Time to Die. I have to wait till at least it's
New
That's-
Mutants, dude.
That is the most
Oh,
depressing one. Is
That's
No
the
Time
most
to Die
depressing.
by
Yeah.
far.
only bright side is it's on my like around my birthday now. But I wanted it now.
New Mutants.
So close.
Well, I guess it's going to be interesting. I think this will give Disney a chance to push Disney Plus a little more.
Yeah, put
Um,
New Mutants there.
Yeah, I think they will because
I totally don't think so.
they.
0%.
Still gonna
just a
drag
myth.
their heels.
0%.
You- Who is going to go see this movie
Zero.
in theaters that's been dragged out? There
Mhm.
was still a poster like last year of like a 2017 date in my theater. Like,
People will still go see it.
New
Throw a
Mutants
trailer in
is
front of
just a
it, it'll
myth.
make like 15 to 20 million opening weekend, guaranteed.
Yes, and then we'll drop 68% in its second weekend, and then
How
we're all
much
going to be
did it
talking
cost,
about.
though? They never did reshoots, so it couldn't have cost that much.
They never did reshoots.
They never did reshoots. No, because
What?
they were going to do reshoots, but then the whole Fox thing happened, and Disney / Feige was like, "We'll release it how it is." That's why Josh Boone is still very excited to talk about it. He's still editing it and stuff, but I don't think there was. I do not think there were significant reshoots.
I thought it was Disney-fied. I
No,
don't know.
I think the tone is still the same. I think Feige. They showed it to Feige, and Feige looked at it and was like, "You know what? Let's just do it how it is." And
I hope you guys enjoy this backdoor pilot for our film podcast. This is
that was great.
I like it. Let's keep going. I like it.
Sorry,
we're just hyperspace skipping now.
You're hyperspace.
Light speed.
How do you know
Falcon?
Yeah, this whole jump is. I mean, the fact that they pushed Fast Furious 9 all the way to next
year.
Which
was
Fast 10 supposed to come out that year?
Fast 10 supposed to come out next April. Right now, they have the same release date.
But yeah, I no way Fast 10 was coming out next year anyways. That's a
double feature.
Merge it into one film.
5-hour epic. Let's go. Endgame taught us anything.
Oh my god. I will unabashedly. I would love a part Endgame Infinity War.
That's where
I
just have a quote unquote intermission because you can just double bill it.
Yeah,
I'll be so exhausted. I would get a huge headache because all that craziness.
I'd go. Well, now I'm sure they're gonna push Fast 10 because it's following.
Oh yeah,
Evan would be like, "Man, this is too fast and too furious for me."
Oh yikes!
But it's interesting because
we're at the point now that sorry, we're at the point now. Things are moving, but I feel like the biggest thing that's gonna be the factor of just wow, this is deadly serious is if Black Widow moves.
Yeah, I have a strong feeling Black Widow will move.
No,
where to? July?
What is the summer?
It's gonna have to be July. Probably.
It's gonna have to light speed skip over Wonder Woman.
Yeah, you see, you know what's
coming out in July?
Nothing.
July was the original
Tenet?
date for
fucking Tenet. You fucking
Marvel-wise.
July was the original date for Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 3.
Oh, yeah.
Since that got delayed, they switched it to May 1st, and they put Black Widow there.
Morbius.
What else is happening?
Oh, what about August? Yeah,
August is pretty empty.
I'd be fine with having it come out when we're at Celebration.
Yeah, August has Escape Plan 2.
I thought Escape Plan 2 moved, or was that they originally were in February? Or
was it? Maybe it did move. I'm not sure.
I'd be fine with it coming out August 27th. So we
July we have Ghostbusters, Minions, Tenet, Jungle Cruise. So Jungle Cruise is coming out. It's a Disney product. They don't want to really fight that. And then Morbius. August seems like the date to go.
Yeah, but yeah, I'd be totally fine going to see Black Widow with you guys at Celebration if it comes out August 27th.
Where's Mulan gonna go?
Mulan can go anywhere, really.
They haven't even announced a date yet.
Yeah. What about
this summer?
Quiet Place to October.
It's way too late, though. I mean, this summer is so empty, guys. There's not that many huge blockbusters this summer.
Yeah,
I think they could release a Quiet Place May 15th if they really wanted to.
Do you think with the push of these films, do you think even though a lot of these films had final trailers, do you think we can expect final trailers another?
That wastes a waste of money and waste of talent. Yeah.
I don't know.
I feel like anything, I think they're gonna
big TV spots, but
yeah, yes. I think they might re-release their trailers with new release dates later down the line. But
you think they'll just pull them now and then just put them later?
Yeah,
I think so.
I think Mulan. What's in September? I think Mulan could just dominate a month like September.
Edgar Wright's new film.
Last Night in Soho,
which isn't going to be a huge box office hit at all, but yeah, September could work. September we have Conjuring 3, Last Night in Soho, The King's Man, and
right. Okay, but they would prioritize Mulan over The Kingsman any day.
Oh, I forgot The Kingsman got pushed. Oh my god.
Yeah, Mulan came out September 4th because nothing's coming out that day. But
yeah, give it a well.
But again, this is crazy.
They would want to get it out before Labor Day. I don't know.
I forget when Labor Day is.
I mean, is it Labor Day? Yeah,
I think you're right. Yeah.
Yeah, I think the end of August they could get a holiday weekend. I don't know.
Fall is gonna be crazy, guys. We're gonna see 5 movies a weekend at this.
Oh rate. Yeah.
You guys need to get on my regimen.
No, and there's a lot of like fall movies that we haven't even talked about. Like there's a sci-fi movie coming from the director, one of the popular Game of Thrones directors, Miguel something.
Pashnik.
Yeah, or God, what's his name? But he's directed some of the best episodes of Game of Thrones. It's like a sci-fi something. I can't remember what it's called. I want to say like Infinite or something.
Infinite is going on
Bios or something. Is that
Infinite isn't by the Miguel Sapochnik though, is it?
I think it's called Bios. Look up Bios. I'm gonna look at my 2020 list.
Oh, you're right. Wow, Bios October 2nd.
Yeah.
Tom Hanks.
Yeah, it's got a good cast.
What?
I don't know.
I never heard
Also,
Miguel Sapochnik, yeah.
Taylor Sheridan has a movie coming out. Those Who Wish Me Dead. He's directing this one. Angelina Jolie, Nicholas Hoult, Tyler Perry, John Bernthal, Aidan Gillen.
Now hearing about this, holy crap!
I know. I like saw these on the release calendar, and they're all in like post production. I'm like, when did these film?
When did these film? Taylor Sheridan is a master director.
Oh yeah, The Infinite, Anton Fuqua's new movie.
Coming off of Equalizer 2.
Yeah. There's a lot of stuff. And of course, now with like Kong and like No Time to Die being in November, like there's just so much. And Dune. December's gonna be madness.
Thank you guys so much for yeah, okay, we'll call it there. This has got way off topic. But good good stuff going on all around. Everything, the studio's falling apart now, so we gotta stop. But yeah, we had a great time chatting all different things, even some non-related Star Wars things, because we actually do want to talk more films, because there's so many in the ether that is Hollywood and independent cinema as well. So we're definitely I'm trying to actually like plan out a layout for that, but we'll visit that down the line. But yeah, this was a good episode. Evan, where can they find you?
You guys can find me at Harris EV9 on Twitter. Very excited to see what's next up for the Clone Wars. Very excited to see what's going on with Ahsoka and the fate of movies. Next week, anything can change. It feels like every day everything's changing with the coronavirus. So I'm just going to be doing it day by day. I'm going to be staying home for the next couple weeks anyways, because it looks like I'm not going back to school anytime soon. So that's that.
Fair enough. Carson, where can they find you?
You guys can find me on Twitter at The Force Critic. And like Evan said, I'll be kind of laying low, trying to get through all the stuff and with the real world. And yeah, we got off topic, but it was fun. Let us know, let Nathan know if you guys want to see like a film dedicated podcast. I know we're all super into the film stuff when we're not talking Star Wars, so I'm sure we would love to do that. But yeah, excited to see a new arc in Clone Wars, so be ready to talk about that next week.
All right, Brandon, any closing thoughts?
Not really. It's just a lot of movies getting pushed back, a lot of Clone Wars stuff coming up, and ready to talk about it all with you guys. Hopefully I should be done with Duke of Jedi Lost by the next time we jump out of hyperspace. Not 100% sure yet, but yeah. Thanks for having me on as always, and back to you.
Yes, this was fun. Yeah, so as always, you guys can follow me in the description below. We're going to be coming back every Friday. Sorry, I'm tired. I got to wake up for work soon. So yeah, if you guys enjoyed our podcast, make sure you hit the like button, subscribe if you're not already, share it around, tell people about it, some new nerds to chat about Star Wars with. We have a lot of various opinions on different things, so it's always interesting. It's not an overall consensus. So from all of us here at Hyperspace Type, hope you have a great day, and may the Force be with you always.
Bye, everyone.